Hey there everyone, John from Trizity Traveling, and welcome to Boise Airport. Today I'm going to give a couple flights a try. I've taken my temperature and I have a normal temperature.
98.6 for the win.
I have my mask, I have hand sanitizer, and I will be practicing lots of hand washing and sanitizing and social distance today. But today we're flying from Boise to Denver. Like many of you, I've been at home in shutdown, lockdown, isolation for the last couple months. My last flight was March 13th, Friday the 13th, and frankly, I'm looking forward to getting back on an airplane and seeing what things are like these days. I'll be flying Southwest this morning to Denver, and then just flying back, so I'm not leaving the airport. Really curious about how this is going to be today. I'm actually parked on the second level of the Boise Airport, which is always full. There's like 400 spots available on the second level, so that's kind of crazy. Not a big surprise. I'm curious to see how many people are actually in the airports, and let's get going.
As our trip starts today, please take a second to click the subscribe button and hit the reminder bell to be notified of future content. I've decided to wear my toothy smiley face mask. Picked this up off of Amazon and received several compliments throughout the day for my smile.
So I'm inside the airport, and honestly, there's a lot more people here than I thought there would be. I'll turn the camera around here in a second, you can see for yourself. A little surprised. Take that off for just a sec. There's nobody within 50 feet of me right now. And one other thing to note for you aviation geeks out there, military geeks, there's a C5 across the ramp over there. I didn't bring my big lens, so I don't think I can get any good shots of it, but I'll give it a try. If I did, they will end up in the video here. So you'll know before I do. Isn't that weird? The weirdness of cameras. Time travel.
There are less people at the Boise airport than a typical Wednesday morning, but based on the social media reports and other things I've seen from around the country, I really expected there to be even less people than this. At this point, only the Idaho Statesman, which is kind of a store with snacks and sundries, is open. Typically the Cross Grains is open for breakfast and pretty busy this time of day. It is still closed, and further down there's a coffee shop. It is also closed, which surprised me. The boarding area is fairly full, and I've transcribed the boarding announcements as best I could just after this.
If you don't have a mask, you can bring one from home. You can step right across the hall and see she'll provide you one. Otherwise, folks, when you get underway here in just a few moments, we'll start off with anybody hanging on to a boarding pass marked pre-board. As we get those folks down and situated, we'll then begin our general boarding. Our general boarding looks just a little bit differently. For social distancing, this time we board in groups of 10. Everybody else just stay seated until we call your number. As I said, we will call out groups of 10 as we get on our general boarding. Once on board the aircraft, it is open seating. Taking the open seat is light. The aircraft is booked about 2/3 full. So that middle seat can stay empty. If you're traveling with a family, you're welcome to take a little roll. Otherwise, just leave that middle seat open. Alright, folks, say boarding cards up to the number 20. Welcome aboard. Flight 1531.
I had A25. Southwest Airlines is currently operating two types of Boeing 737s, the 700 variant and the 800 variant. They will be bringing online the MAX 7 and 8s, I believe, once they are ungrounded, if they ever get ungrounded.
Morning.
The standard Southwest seat is 17 inches wide and provides 31 inches of pitch.
only if told to do so, pull the red strap to open the container, remove the pouch, remove the vest from the pouch as shown on the safety information card. Place the vest over your head, wrap the strap around your waist, buckle it in the front, and pull too tight. Once outside, pull down on the red tab to inflate the vest. To manually inflate, blow into the tube at your shoulder. Your vest has a light that turns on automatically in the water.
Full takeoff and landings are provided on my Trizity Loves Airplane separate channel. Snacks were served almost immediately after takeoff, pretty much as soon as the flight attendants were allowed to walk around the cabin. Snack mix and a can of water. Unfortunately, the snack mix has weed in it. No other beverages were offered, so enjoy the water. In addition, on today's flight, you can have free TV, free messaging, free movies, or purchase Wi-Fi for $8. I elected to purchase the Wi-Fi for $8 to see what sort of speed it provided. In my estimation, the Wi-Fi is probably only good enough to do some web surfing and probably check some email. Trying to get any heavy lifting done with this Wi-Fi is probably not feasible. Certainly not the fastest airborne Wi-Fi I've run across. But in the free section, you get 16 stations of live TV. $54 movies. Since a large number of Southwest flights are of pretty short duration, say 2 to 4 hours, this number of options is probably pretty good for most of those flights. But if you're a frequent flyer on Southwest, you could run out of options pretty quickly. I don't really know what their refresh schedule is. Some of these movies are fairly old. The Southwest app does provide a very rudimentary moving map, nothing like a seatback screen. On today's flight, I chose to watch at least part of the movie 1917, but I found I was more interested in looking out the window. Just grateful to be in the air again. Here's some landmarks. This is when I wish I had my big zoom lens to get a picture of the moon and the wingtip. Just a beautiful Avgeek shot. And all too quickly, we crossed the Rocky Mountains and we're on final approach into Denver International Airport. A couple mentions today. If you enjoyed the music, there is a referral link in the information for Epidemic Sound. The trip report was captured primarily with my Sony RX0 Mark II, and the takeoff and landing clips were supported with my suction cup mount. Links for all those in the information. I just got off the flight from Boise. I'm in Denver. Tried to find a quiet corner of the airport, film this kind of wrap up thoughts from the flight. It's interesting, everybody pretty much wears their mask on the flight, as they're supposed to. You're allowed to take your mask off for your can of water and your snack. The flight was 2/3 full, which doesn't really provide much social distance. And as you can see in this clip here, when it was time to get off the plane, everybody just kind of lines up and squeezes together just like normal. So, situation normal, get off the airplane as quickly as possible, I guess. So anyway, I will continue my
perusal of the Denver airport. I'll be flying back to Boise via Salt Lake City, so I can do a comparison between Denver, Salt Lake City, and Boise. Those flights will be on Delta. So thumbs up today. Honestly, getting on an airplane and looking out the window is amazing. Thumbs down to airport announcements. I've been since March 13th since I've been on an airplane, and it is delightful. I'm very grateful that I was able to do this today and share it with you so you guys can see what's in store when you guys start traveling as well. I think I'm going to wrap it up there. If I have any other thoughts, I will dub them over this video, and without further delay, I'm going to wish you and yours safety and happy travels. I'm going to put my mask back on now.